kind of like we were talking about before the show, I just listened to this podcast on the lack of stomach acid, folks. Don't ask. It was a health podcast. But it was basically saying lack of stomach acid prevents your body from being able to break down what you eat, which then means that stuff comes out in other ways. So like your skin or headaches or anything like that. Well, one of the causes of a lack of stomach acid in your stomach is consistent stress.
Right.
Then if you're feeling all oogly googly because you don't have enough stomach acid or fill in the blank, that's when it does impact your job. Like every single piece of it goes together. And to you, it's like being your best self allows you to be your best for your clients too. So even though you don't think of it that way, if you really start to kind of break it down,
right.
It's like, actually, no, it's all interconnected.
Totally. And the thing that really, I thought it was all about serving everyone else. So that's who I was. Like everybody else came first. Everyone else's needs came first.
Yeah.
And I thought that was how you were supposed to be good. Like a good person.
Yeah.
Right? I don't believe in good and bad anymore. I believe you're either effective or ineffective. It's healthy or unhealthy. There's no judgment in those words, and your choices can be that. So I might have made a choice over here.
Insightful way to look at it.
Right? Because as soon as you take the judgment away, you stop beating yourself up. And when you stop beating yourself up, you start loving yourself. And until you love yourself, I don't care how cliche it sounds, you can't love anyone. You can't fully love anyone in the presence of what we mean love is.
Yeah.
Right? And so every time that I love myself, I see my boys grow. I see them change. I see my ex-husband change. When I love him now. I literally hold a space of love for him. There was a time when I could not say those words.
Yeah.
And I love him, and I'm seeing his life change. I'm seeing my boys move in different directions and choose differently because I'm loving me, and I'm knowing that because I am, and I'm being confident, I'm standing in that. I'm standing for you. I'm standing for my boys. I'm standing for every person when I stand within myself. And if we all did that, could you imagine what this world would be? I mean, I'm telling you, because I'm in a community that's what we do. I mean, this is hardcore transformation in this community, right? And everyone's at this level. And I'm watching how that energy as a collective can move the world. It's mind-blowing. And I do believe it's coming. Like, I do believe that this is the way that we're going to have to move, or this world is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, if we look around right now,
Yep.
I've never seen it worse in my 52 years.
Yep.
Never.
Yep.
Never.
100%.
And I know, and that's some of the reason too that I do this, is because I want to be that light. I want people to see that and know you can too. Like, it's all about standing in it so that others know they can do it. Because everyone's going to have to eventually. The world will go away if we don't. It can't make it. That's the way we're moving right now. It can't. We have to shift something.
That reminds me of a quote by Mike Tyson that I've quoted before, and I know it doesn't sound like it come from Mike Tyson, but it did. But I watched this interview with him, and what you were saying about, no good or bad, just healthy or unhealthy, effective, ineffective, because, Mike Tyson's known for, like, beating people up. But he said that he used to get so easily offended, and then at some point he got in his life where he remembered he was a nobody, and now he doesn't get offended.
Right.
And I'm like, that's kind of, what that is, in a sense, is like, I want to be effective for someone.
Right.
But if you offend me, then
it shuts everything down.
yes.
Right.
And if I view it like that,
right,
I'm already at a loss.
That's right. Because that's the question. When something bumps up against you and you get irritated or you get fired up or that bothers you, that's what you look at.
Yep.
Because right away, if you're having resistance, that means there's something within yourself that you are judging that.
Yeah.
And if you're judging that, then there's a reason that you can't connect to it. So when something rubs you, that's the key. So I said to him, if it's rubbing you, 1, then why? And I said, 2, understand that you couldn't believe what you believe if they didn't believe opposite of you. Because without contrast, you can't know anything. You can't know hot if you don't know cold, right? Yep. So he can't know what he believes if there aren't other people believing other things. So why isn't it okay if we just all believe what we believe. Like, there's no judgment.
Yeah.
Like, if you're Jewish versus Christian, it doesn't matter. If that moves you and that gets you to a higher power, I just said, aren't you just happy they have a higher power? That they believe in something bigger than themselves? Because God help us if you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real. There's proof in science there's higher
Right,
power.
right.
You know, now we've proved it in science. I mean, just
Yeah.
watch Joe Dispenza. You can find it all out.
Yeah,
Check him
yeah.
out. He's amazing. And I think that if we can sit in that space where it's effective or ineffective, like that's just, I'm not choosing to believe that because that's not effective for me.
Yeah.
But I don't have to judge them. Let them just be what they are. I think that's the space we've got to get to where there's
Right.
because then we stop judging ourselves too.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We were sent here as loving beings. That's all we're supposed to do is love. Period. It's the only word. I don't care which book you look at. The Torah, the Bible, it doesn't matter. Science, all of it. It's all about love at the end of the day. And I know it sounds woo, but I'm telling you, my life is completely different. My kids are making choices at such a level that I never thought I would experience. They're
Yeah.
already moving into this kind of space where, can you imagine the impact they're going to have on the world?